Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video, and I'm sure some of you were definitely eagerly awaiting my thoughts and opinions on the Balanced Druid talent rework in 11.0.5. I've been playing Balanced Druid for the whole 20 years of World of Warcraft, from a random BG Starfire spammer to a Gladiator, rank 1 pusher, tournament player, tournament victor, and now commentator. So I've been through the ringer with the specialization. I've seen it through every iteration that it has ever existed through, and I am very curious to see what this talent tree update has brought us for 11.0.5. This is the first time that I am going to be looking at it live with you and kind of theorizing some builds for it, deep dives. What's going to be looking, is it going to be better? Is it going to be stronger as a result of these changes? And so let's look. You have unspent talent points. What's it going to be? Okay, that looks a lot different. This thing is way up here now. Okay, this is completely different. I want to reset everything. I want to see exactly what is going on. So we get Eclipse, Solar Beam, Shooting Stars. These are all normal. Twin Moons is really high up here, but it's really easily accessible. Nature's Grace I've been taking in PvP a lot. That's a nice position for it. Nature's Balance is great. Solstice is great. We got Wild Surges, and we've got the new Wild Mushroom. We've got one that we can use with a Keybind, or we've got one that procs from Sunfire. So we're definitely going to be checking the one that procs from Sunfire, because obviously that's new, and I want to see what that's capable of. Celestial Alignment still in a great position. So Starfall is now baseline. We just learned that right off the rip. So that's probably going to help in situations where, you know, you want to build for single target, but then you have 0 AoE. So now you're going to have at least a little bit of AoE. In PvP, I think you're still probably not going to press it unless you're completely specialized for it. Although this right here, the critical strike damage of your astral spells is increased by 20%. It kind of sucks that this is below the Starfall one, because I want to take that one without Starfall. I mean, I want to get the 20% crit damage with Star Surge. So a little bit of a conflict of interest there. Maybe we'll just try a Starfall build to start things off, because I want to try a lot of the new talents that are obviously here. Where's the Eclipse talent that gives me 2 Eclipses is also one that I want to know. I think it's right here, Whirling Stars. The cooldown is reduced to 75 seconds, and it has 2 charges, but its duration is basically half. Or you can get Orbital Strike, which reduces the cooldown by 60 seconds. What is the math on that? It's 3 minutes baseline. 75 seconds is 60 plus 15, so that's a minute and 15 seconds. So as opposed to 2 minutes, it's like, you're almost getting like 3 of them. Now, obviously, losing Arcanic Pulsar was like a really big loss to Balanced Druid, especially in PvE, but in PvP as well for the Starfall build. So I'm thinking that you're probably going to want Whirling Stars as a Starfall build to get it as frequently as possible to get your juice going. It's a little bit awkward that the cooldown doesn't line up with anything. For example, like Fury of Elune is 1 minute or 45, and then the Force of Nature Trance are a minute or 45. So having this at 75 and not lining up with that actually makes it maybe not that great. It's kind of like when Unholy Death Knights had all of their cooldowns desynced, and they were struggling to perform as a result. I want to take this Astronomical Impact because it's new. Star-Lord's just always great. The extra haste is really nice, so we're going to take that. Cosmic Rapidity, I think we're definitely going to want this, considering we're going to be playing a Starfall build. Probably not going to take Stellar Amplification because they're going to basically just be spamming it. We got Crashing Star. This was a set bonus back in Dragonflight, and they updated Touch of the Cosmos, which leads into Hail of Stars. So casting a free Star Surge or Starfall grants you Solstice. I just feel like 12% is too low, and even 18% on Starfire feels too low. I really like proccing free Star Surges and Starfalls. I just don't like that it's coming from these spells. There's such a low proc chance. Like, if it's going to come from casted spells, it's got to be a bit of a higher proc chance than this, I think. I'm going to go with Soul of Force and try Crashing Star, because Shooting Star is going to be proccing a lot with Solstice, with the Starfall build that we're doing, rotating into Eclipse pretty frequently, so I think that's going to work out pretty nicely. They made Power Goldrin 1 talent point, which is nice. You don't need to spend a lot on it, but with Starfall build, we're not going to do that. Reduces the next cost of your Star Surge or Starfall. So Astral Communion got changed as well, so that now if you're like overcapping on Astral Power, you'll still get a little bit of a benefit with the reduction of the next Star Surge or Starfall. So I'm probably going to pick that up. I kind of want to get Wailing Twilight with the Mushroom build that I'm playing. I'm thinking like just mushrooms exploding everywhere, Starfall crashing on everything with this build particularly. We're not going to run Sundered Firmament. They nerfed shooting Orbit Breaker, but maybe it's because they thought Hails the Star was going to be really good. I'm going to try Hails the Star. Hopefully I don't forget, because sometimes I've said I'm going to try something and then I forgot. So hopefully we don't forget that. They did nerf Balance of all things. But this is nice. You can actually get down to the Fey Dragons only spending 1 talent point. And Circle of Life and Death, I think, was previously not available to us. So Moonfire, Stellar Flare, and Sunfire, and Starfall. This is going to be insanely good, I think, with a Starfall build. I think we're going to do a lot of damage. Moonfire and Sunfire just have a chance to summon a Fairy Dragon. We might take that. It's kind of sad that it doesn't like buff your damage at all. But what can you do, really? So we could either go Guldren with 1 talent point to get down here, but we're never going to Star Surge as this build, so it doesn't seem too worth it. So we're going to have to go down through Balance of all things. Convoke the Spirit's got a new icon. It's purple now. I don't think they updated the visual on it. It's just a new icon. What is this talent point here that I'm missing? Oh, okay, we're going to need Rattle the Stars, obviously, I think. Now, does this work? Casting free Star Surge, does that work with Star Weaver? That seems like a little bit inconsistent for me to understand, but let's try Incarnation. Now, the cost reduction of Starfall by 12, so we just spam Starfalls, and we're still sitting with 2 talent points. So we can either get Astral Smolder for the extra... We're never going to Star Surge, and we've got this Mushroom proccing, so we don't really need 3 dots. We could try the Cosmos right now with no Fury of Elune, just to see like how much it's proccing, but I feel like it's not going to be stupendous, but let's give it a try. You know, instead of being negative about it, let's just give it a try. Force of Nature. I don't think they changed any of the hero talent trees here. So we're just going to quickly just lock these in. Oh, maybe 12% haste seems like a bit more haste than I remember seeing on this before, but could be wrong about that. Orbital Strike, apply Stellar Flare, and Whirling Stars reduce the cooldown by an additional 10 seconds. Okay, so this is helping us get it a little bit closer in alignment with our other abilities. Force of Nature's generate, or their cooldown is reduced. I think we're going to want to get the extra Astral Power so we get some more Starfalls. Nature's grants additional Dream Burst, or time elapsed while your major cooldowns are available. Perhaps this is going to help us with getting our Incarn back faster. I'm going to have to try this. Every 5 regrowths, we get, an extra Starfire, taking the roots instant, more damage. Every 5 Starfalls, this is not new. And 8% extra damage, that's not new. Okay, so let's give this a go. Now, the way that I was running this, it feels weird to not do this with Fury of Elune, though. Typically, you'd run Fury of Elune with this build. You're going to get dots on everything. Get our little dotties up. All right, we got our dotties up. Pop Force of Nature, pop an Incarn, and just spam Starfall. Yeah, it's kind of hard without Fury of Elune. We're capping hard on Astral Power with this, but let's just cast some Starfires and see if we get like any free Starfalls going on with this. That seemed like a really short duration. My concern with the double charge is also that, like, it doesn't go on cooldown until the next one. Maybe that's what they're thinking, is if you hold on to the first charge, then you'll gain from the benefits of the cooldown reduction. So we got 1 free Starfall there, I think, this whole time. 1 free Starfall. Kind of hard to tell if you have a free Starfall. I feel like you could use like a little bit of an update on the visual on the action bar with it. 1 Incarn's almost up, so we'll pop another Incarn. The advantage of this is that if you pop an Incarn and you get CC'd, like in PvP, you'll have a second one. But the thing is, if you do get CC'd with this duration of an Incarn, it's completely gone. You're just going to lose it entirely. So we've already got another charge of Incarn that we could just pop off again if we wanted to, just to see like how we can get the cooldown all lined up. Fury of Elune Starfall's coming through. We're getting like 500k Starfall crits. Feels like Starfall is ticking really fast. Getting Mushroom procs. So it looks like I got a free proc there, but it lit up Star Surge and not Starfall. So it's just a little weird. Could be organizing my regrowths in here a bit if I wanted to, but I think we're probably just losing DPS if I do that. So it seems like you gain more benefit. Maybe I'm not understanding how this talent works 100%, but time elapsed while your major abilities are available to be used or at maximum charges is subtracted from that ability's cooldown after the next time you use it. So you can get it down to like a minute or something. It's like 1.1 minutes. I just hate that it's not like just. Can we just get it down to a minute? Can we add the cooldown reduction on this to get it down to a minute? I feel like that would go a long way in terms of helping this out. Because as soon as you don't have like a charge of it, it feels kind of awkward. You got to just like sit around for a while and you don't really just get an Incarn right away. So that doesn't feel too nice. Like here, I pop it now. We got a minute till the next one. Minute till the next one. Big Starfalls. It seems pretty good though with like this Trent build where you're focusing all of your damage really in kind of like a heavy hitting moment with your Trents on the ground. Not a big fan of the Touch of the Cosmos. Like, I think I just got a proc right there, so it does light it up. Just doesn't feel like it's like super impactful. Kind of hard to even notice that it's happening. I'll say the things that feel strong, at least to me, these like random mushroom procs are pretty nice. And the Starfall like ticking faster. That seems to be like the really big winner with this specific change, is the Circle of Life and Death. Getting your dots to tick faster, getting more shooting stars, which gets more crashing stars, which gets us more Starfall damage in less time. I think like this feels like the biggest buff, at least to like a Starfall centric build. And maybe even honestly as a Star Surge build, because you could run Stellar Amplification, which increases the damage of your dots and shooting stars. And then they're ticking faster. So this could also, this honestly feels like the biggest thing, the biggest buff. I just don't like the Incarn not lining up perfectly with our Force of Nature. We're gonna probably have to feel like we're just sitting around with our cooldowns, but this burst that we can do right now with Starfall, pop the Force of Nature, pop the Incarn. I'd probably have Fury of Elune instead of the Touch of the Cosmos. Give me a little more Astral Power. I'd probably get up to like 7 or 8 Starfalls in a position like this, and you would get a lot of Starfall damage. It would be a lot. So I think the purpose of this is that it ramps your damage faster, so you're going to be more competitive. Like, initially, it takes longer to ramp, right? It's reducing the ramp by making the dot tick faster, and you can Incarn more frequently on more pulls, so you can get like that big burst in those specific instances faster than you would previously. So it's likely going to help, I would assume, in PvE. I don't see. I mean, maybe the Solstice that you're getting from this is actually good. It's hard for me to tell, obviously, without details or something like that. I'll have to give this more testing. Maybe the Solstice does make this actually a little bit more appealing for Starfall specifically, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like it's just a low proc chance on that specifically. So overall, I think it's going to help. I think at PvE at least, it's going to help a lot. I think the Starfall build benefits, maybe, I don't know, maybe I am excited about it as well for single target as Star Surge. I think the Stellar Amplification with the Circle of Life and Death could be fun as well. I just feel like it's going to feel a bit janky with the 2 charge Incarns. Like, it's literally 65 seconds with everything instead of 60. Just get that down to the same cooldown so everything all lines up. It just feels a bit janky that it's just randomly like 5 seconds different than everything else. Like, add 5 seconds to this talent. And then if it lines up, I think that it's going to feel really good, especially with like a Keeper of the Grove build, where you're specifically trying to line it up every minute. So you'll get Force of Nature Incarn. You know, pretty much every time, I think, right? If the math is on that right, you can line those up every single time. That's gonna be really good. You can already do that. It's just weird that you have to wait randomly for 5 extra seconds. I like the focus on the dots here onto the left side. The proc thing didn't seem like it was procking a huge amount, but obviously maybe this scales with more targets, right? Like, and obviously it's going to save your ramp on rotation and save some keybinds. It's kind of like what they did with Shaman, where you can get on-use Ghost Wolves or you can get proc Ghost Wolves. So save you on the keybinds, give you a little bit of extra AoE, and the more targets you get, obviously, then the more this is going to proc and do more damage and generate you more Astral Power. So I think that this is likely good. Waning Twilight with it seems to be good. Overall, I'd say I think it's good. I think just bring down this to 60 seconds so it lines up with Force of Nature through this talent. Just add an extra 5 seconds there. And then obviously, as far as like, does it do more damage than any of the other classes? That's like a tuning thing that we're gonna have to look at in the future. But I think this could be cool. I like the focus on the dots. Still, this mechanic still feels kind of janky. I'm praying for the day that this will just say Moonfire and Sunfire ticks have a chance to make your Star Surge free again, like it used to. And then every other class took that mechanic away from us, and now we're stuck with this one. And it's like, what, you guys stole my mechanic, bro. But other than that, that's pretty much it here for the Bouncer. Those are my thoughts on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.